Welcome back everybody, bring guys a new YouTube video today. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to defeat the Gormgant worm and the Easter egg. If you're excited, like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 800 subscribers. So the loadout, I would recommend using decoy grenades and a throwing knife. Makes it easier to get out of sticky situation. Field upgrade, you can choose whatever field upgrade you want, or I recommend a Frenzy Guard I would spawn in with any perks, upgraded, or crystals to make these easier on yourself since we are short on time to get set up. I would recommend using the TYR Akimbo handguns and the GL grenade launcher. This is really going to be recommended solo or co-op because this allows us to shoot at the worm for it to come up underground. If you don't, it's going to stay underground and you can really not do any damage. If you look at the main menu and go to the bottom right of your screen, you can scroll through the missions, and you're going to select on the fourth one, and it's going to be called a mag signal. It's going to give you 2 objectives, and that's basically what we're going to be working on. As soon as you jump into a match, instantly go for contracts and rank up points and get that MW3 weapon and perks and self revives. As a solo player, I saved 5k points, went into the tier 3 zone, look for the pistol icon that indicates that there is a weapon wall buy. If it isn't legendary, go find another one. If there's no legendary weapon or a auto rifle, just buy a purple off the wall. It should be fine. Go out of the tier 3 zone fast as possible and work getting those points and perks and etc. So make sure get much perks, get a Pack-a-Punch 3 weapon, and try to get set up as much as possible because you're going to need all this equipment to survive. That is the recommended route to go as a solo player. If you have a full squad, you can probably do the same thing, but I will go in, try to get a legendary weapon, a Pack-a-Punch 3, full squad goes in there and shoots the worm at the same time. That's basically how it's gonna go. So no different from a solo player, just you have more people in the match. When you're ready, your squad, open up your attack map and locate the anomaly where it should be a bad signal icon with a running guy with a star next to it. Interact with the anomaly and confirm a vote by opening your attack map in the top right. Once in the dark ether, your main objective is called break the seals. There's going to be 4 objectives we need to kill zombies. Make sure to stay in the objective area for it to count towards the objective. To do this to all objectives until you get to the final boss fight. Follow my gameplay. I'm going to turn around up the hill onto this ledge that oversees the boss. This is what you need to do, is put as much bullet into him as possible, and once the worm goes into the ground, you need to pull out your secondary, aka the GL grenade launcher, and use it on the ground where the boss spawns, and do it a few times and the boss will come up and basically do damage and repeat the process. There's also ammo down there also where the boss is, to make sure to have self revives in just in case you go down. Also, the worm will have different attacks. There's one attack where you get to shoot 5 or 6 orbs or they will explode on you, so make sure you shoot them before they attack you. There's also where he slams onto the ground and does like a little impact on you, so watch out, he might slam on you and do a lot of damage. And there's also another attack where he'll just laser beam you. What the hell? And here's this one where if you go down there and try to get ammo and he's running around underground, he's going to do this thing where he can literally pick you up and try to eat you. What you can do is you can continuously to shoot him, and once he spits you out, you can spam the redeploy button and it will basically, you will take no damage, but sometimes it will kill you. So if you go down, it's basically why you need self revives. Once the boss is dead, you will receive the item Locked Diary. Grab it and put it in your inventory, and you're going to exfil, and it's going to be a successful exfil. Now once we're in our next match here, this is what we need. We need a thermite or a Molotov cocktail. You can spawn in with one of these, and a brain rot and a dead wire ammo mods. You can spawn in with them or find them around the map. If you guys pause the video right now, you can literally not literally pause the video, but if we pause it right here, everything I'm saying right here, you do not need right away on one game. Don't bring these in one game if you're not really encouraged to. I wouldn't do that right now, but since the games are crashing so hard, what I did is I tried to do everything much as can before the exfil. So around like the 20 or 15 minute mark, I exfilled, and I tried not to stay before like the 10 to like 5 to 10 minute mark. That's when the game crashes. So back to where we need a thermite or a Molotov. You can find brain rot or dead wire around the map, or you can spawn in one by the schematics. And once you have those, take the Molotov or thermite to a doghouse. Take a Molotov or a thermite, whatever you have, place it on the doghouse. A hellhound will spawn in. You need to take it down, and it will give you a purple dog collar. You need to find a ether tear, which is a like glowy, purplish, pinkish, glowing thing around the map. You can take it around the map. It's a portal you take, and it rips you into the sky, and you can go to a different location. Find a ether tear that are scattered around the map, and you will see them on the map. Go through the portal and a red portal will appear and go through it. It's going to drop something from the portal, so go to it, interact with it, which is a contract. There's going to be a army of manglers. Literally, once take it down, there will be a golden dog collar that we need to pick up. This one's pretty the hardest. This is going to take you into the tier 3 zone. Go to the buy station, buy your Juggernaut, and take him down quickly. Grab the part you need, then get the hell out and extract as fast as possible. That's the way I did it solo. As a team, you can do this way different, and it's going to be more easier with the team. Now we need to get a brain rot ammo mod. Go to it. You can do this in the same game or your next game. Go to a ether nest, shoot the spore once and open it, interact with it. Make sure you do not shoot too much of the spore or shoot it all the way. Make sure you tap it once, and it's going to transform into this greatest color. Once you long press the button, whatever console you're on or platform, you will receive a pill bottle. This is one of the items we need for the Easter egg. Find another ether tear and go through the green portal, and it will spawn in another contract. Grab it, and now we need to take a army of mimics, and it will receive a golden pill bottle. It's the same way with the manglers, but it's gonna be spawning in mimics. Make sure you take them out fast as possible. I would recommend having at least a first or second pack of its weapon and a blue or higher rarity of a weapon. And once you get the rhythm down, it's gonna be nice and easy, and you're gonna go right through it. Now we need a dead wire ammo mod. We need to find a purple ether orb. They're randomly flying around the map, and if you just take a car and just drive around, you eventually find one that's located on your map. It'll be like a little orb, and you should eventually find one. If you get a full squad or you're playing solo, just run around until you find one. It's pretty simple and easy. Or to go to the game chat and type like, have you guys seen an orb? Let me know in the chat, and they'll probably respond. Or there's some nice people and there's some bad people out there, so don't take it to heart. Just keep doing your own thing and play. If you're playing solo, just keep trying to look for it. Then if you're playing with a squad, just talk with your squad and see where you can find them, and just run around the whole map and see if you find one. So eventually you will find one. Shoot it till it explodes. It will drop a surveillance camera. Grab it, look for an ether tear once again, and go through the gold tear. Grab the item that it dropped. They're gonna go to that location. It's gonna give you another contract. Take that disciple, and you're gonna destroy it. It will drop you a gold camera, this is a different story in my game. But I went into this rift, and I dropped down and grabbed the item contract, and then I versed the disciple. I ended up dying while doing this, but I don't know how. In some way the disciple ended up dying. Then someone next to me was able to revive me. Then the portal was right there. I grabbed it, exploded with it, and I was like, crossing my fingers like, dude, I don't want this game to crash. And I've exploded, and I successfully got it. Once you're into your next game or you're ready, you have all the items so far that you have in this video. Make sure to have all items: locked diary, surveillance camera, gold pill bottle, and gold dog collar. I recommend getting set up with perks pack, a punch 3 weapon, and self revive. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys repeatedly. Just grab everything you need. At least 3 to 4 self revives, mostly all the perks. Get a pack a punch 3 weapon or a blue rating or higher. I recommend purple or a legendary if you can, and grab a sentry guns or a juggernaut. Grab what you can, and you'll be fine. As a solo player, this is really going to be difficult, so make sure you have a lot of loot. I would recommend not doing the solo if you got a full squad. The beginning part is okay for solo, but for the rest of this Easter egg, it's going to be very difficult for a solo player, and I was even having trouble, and I would recommend a full squad. The more people you have, the more easier it's going to be. And solo, I don't think it's even going to be possible to go in a dark ether solo and try to do contracts, because how difficult it is. But you can try it. I would recommend full squad. So basically, once you go to the same location where you entered the portal at to go to into the boss fight, you'll basically see this big tornado, pretty much almost not in the center of the map, but you'll see it once you get there. It's the same spot we used for the portal to go into the boss fight. And if you look right in front of you, there's gonna be this big humongous tornado. You can't miss it. And this is where you're gonna place all our items. So what we're gonna do is there's gonna be these pedestals. We need to place our items in the correct one. So the locked diary goes into the cryo freezer. The pedestal, the pill bottle goes into the brain rot pedestal. The gold camera goes into the dead wire ammo mod pedestal. The dog collar goes to the napalm purse pedestal. So there's gonna be a mega abomination that spawns in. It's gonna take some time to take down. The way this is I didn't know if this is gonna reset. But once you place all of them down, and once the portal spawns and the abomination spawns in, if you die right here, the portal will immediately be there. But we'll get on to the later video how to reopen that and actually get access to better loot. But if you don't kill the abomination, it's gonna be a problem. But as a solo player, if you take it down, simple and easy. And if you have a full squad, you guys are fully prepared, it should be easy as enough. Once you take it down, you're gonna interact with this portal, and it's gonna drop a sigil, which is called a dark ether rift. You're gonna pick that up. You're gonna interact with the front interaction of the big portal pedestal. You're gonna interact with it, the front of it, then it's going to turn a statue, or the pedestal will be yellow, so you will be going into the right one. Only one of these work on one of those sides, so you know which one to go into. As soon as you spawn in, there is going to be Mega Abomination that you need to take out. Once you shoot his 3 eyeballs, once you shoot all 3 eyeballs with your primary weapon, he should easily go out. I was using the TYR Akimbo handguns, and it did a very good job of taking this guy out. You can honestly, you can skip this guy, but it's going to be really annoying when you're trying to go across that area, and he's going to keep trying to attack you and using that laser. So if you just have a full team, you can easily take him out. He does not take that long. There's going to be these bunnies. We need to find them and activate these contracts. First bunny will be on the very left building on top of the roof, and it's going to start a ether extractor contract. To deactivate all 3, if you got a full squad, each of you can go to each one, and you should have it done within seconds. And or you can take your time. Make sure to watch the time limit, because you only got 30 minutes in here, and make your time effort in here. Just do everything, do the contract as fast as possible. Try to execute that time to make everything fast as possible, and don't slow down. If you go down, it's going to be a really big problem. And if you guys are really going to doubt yourselves, make sure to stick together and deactivate all the devices as fast as possible when you're on a time limit. The second bunny is going to be an Outlast contract. Be over the next green bus in front of the window. Here's the location on the map. This will spawn in an Outlast contract, so to survive to kill the zombies, and you will be fine. Make sure to grab all the loot. So I'm going to pull an image here that's going to show you all the locations of the bunnies. We found the last one on top of this castle looking building. But if you get confused, the image is right here on screen, and you can see where the locations are exactly. The escort mission is probably one of the hardest contracts inside of this Dark Ether, and it's insane. We got through past the first orb, and then second orb, and then last orb. We just basically failed it. And once you failed a contract, there's nothing you can really do about it. I don't think you can restart, because I tried to refine the bunny and it wasn't there. So pretty much, if you fail a contract, you pretty much have to go into your next game and redo it again. We only got 2 contracts done this game, and if you also do 3 contracts inside of the Dark Ether, you actually get a free blueprint. I'll try to find it, pull on the screen here, and this one was the hardest one. We got to the final orb, and we failed it. What you need to do is you need to find a triangle teleporter, and it's going to let you to expo out of the map. If you fully die in here, you're going to lose everything like you would in a normal match. You have to find a portal and get the expo, and get the successful expo to keep everything. And if you fail one of these contracts, it's not going to end the mission. It's not going to end the game. As long as you don't die, you should be fine in expo. I know if you go downstairs at the very bottom of the building, there's a portal down there, so you can literally get the hell out of there. You basically can do this in the next game if you wanted to. While inside the Dark Ether, you have a chance to find a Elder Sigil. This is only found in the Dark Ether. If you obtain a Elder Sigil in the Dark Ether, you find a portal, extract, go to it, and go to your next game. Go to the same spot and use the Elder Sigil on the back of the statue, and you will return a red. This is basically the same thing, but you only have 15 minutes. It's the best loot in the game. The best way to get it is the sigil is to farm in the tier 3 high threat zone. Then you have to go into the tier 3 zone, and you have to farm the regular sigil. That's the way you get into the regular Dark Ether. You go to the Dark Ether, then you go in there, you farm contracts until you find the Elder Sigil. Then you go behind the statue, it turns red, and that is like the second part of the Dark Ether. Basically, it drops more better loot, and I'm pretty sure there's abominations in there too, and that's basically how this Easter egg works. So I'm gonna call this the red Dark Ether, because there's 2 sides of them, but they're both the same, but one is more harder than the other one. So let's take the first one is normal, then the second one is probably insanely like Guardian 1. It's like between the two places, they're both the same places, but the difficulty between both of them are just, you will instantly, like, you will find out, like, you know why this one's harder than the other one. This one was so hard that I couldn't even touch a contract in this. I had a meet and a random, and it was so difficult. It's just like, it works like you jump in, do one of these 3 contracts that we talked about earlier in this video, and if you manage to do one of those contracts, you have a chance to get the best loot in the game. If you find a portal, do a successful expo, you keep everything. And basically, you can keep doing the same thing as long as you get a visual to go into the Dark Ether, get an Elder Vigil, then use that on the back of it, go to the red, and you basically just repeat it. Basically, is what really keeps you going back here is the better loot. If you die, you lose everything, and basically you have to work your way back up into getting everything you had when you first went in here, and that's the crazy part. This is basically the Easter egg. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had fun and a blast editing this video. It took a couple days, but it was hard to get all the footage because the servers were trash and my game just kept crashing, and and I was at the point where I just wanted to give up. And you know what? I said to myself, like, I can't give up. I'm just gonna keep doing it. And I found out how the game was crashing. It was like toward the end of the game with like 10 to 15 left in the match. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get everything done. I'm gonna speed up everything. Then I'm gonna try to get everything done before that last minute mark. Then I'll exfil or go into the dark ether before that time limit, so I can go in, at least have a chance to get good loot before my game is crashing, before I have to reset that progress. And that's basically how I did it. So hope you guys really enjoy this video. I'm sorry that I say this enough. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 800 subscribers, road to 1,000. Hopefully for 2024, we're definitely gonna hit it, and the grind never stops. Hope you guys really enjoy this, and I spent a lot of time on this video. So if you guys have any questions and concerns, please comment below, and I'll sure to answer all of your questions. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining.